Hello and welcome to episode 3 of Kerbal Space Program. I've decided we're going to go for the orbit. Instead of doing the space tourisms, which is very little money, we can always come back to those later. Instead of doing the visual survey, which is not a massive amount of money, certainly not going to do the tests, which are not a huge amounts of money. Well, there's some, but they're tricky to get the right parameters right. So we're going to go with the orbit around. This is some more tests, some more accepted that one. 68,000 if we do it. Bunch of science and some prestige. It's also giving us some other things. I'm just having a quick look to see. Yeah, again, that's quite a bit of money, that one. But you got to get the right in suborbital trajectory between 70. Well, that's not too bad. That would be doable. A stack separator. Anyway, we'll come back to that. So we took the science, which gives us the thermometer, is the main thing. Some batteries, but also the state putnik, which we may need to do some satellites, and the advanced rocketry to give us the bigger fuel tank, and more importantly, the Terrier liquid fuel engine. We'll come back to these other sections here, the flight stuff and the control stuff, which gives us that small inline reaction wheel, which I wouldn't mind having because I've built a rocket which I think will get us to space. It's quite tall. Should get us into orbit, hopefully. So we got the solid fuel booster there. Might just throttle that back just a little bit, about 90%. So it'll burn a little longer. It's got a bit of weight to carry as well, so it should be fine though. We've now got in here a gimbaling liquid fuel rocket with two of the bigger fuel tanks. We then got the Terrier, the little rocket, which is very good in space. A smaller fuel tank to supply that. Then I've added a heat shield because when we come back from orbit we might be traveling a bit faster. And in our service bay I've added the thermometers, 4 of them in fact. And then we've got our normal capsule with our 3 stages of parachutes. Crew, Jebediah is going to be the first to get orbit, so we'll see how that does for us. Oh, click the wrong button. We're going to launch it. Remember, no flight reversions. If this doesn't work, we kill Jeb. That's the end of it. Right, before we take off, let's open our service bay. How do you... Oh, I don't know. Gosh. Camera controls, basics. Come on. There's one. Log temperature, 2.4 science. Lovely. Close the service bay. Oh, now I've really messed things up. Cameras all over the place. Okay. Facing north, I think. In 3, 2, 1. Lift off. Oh, maybe I should have kept that throttled up full. It's getting there. We're nearly halfway through already. Now this is a worry. Beginning to tip over, just using a little bit of flight control to get us back to straight. Glad to get rid of all that weight. Drop it back down to the launch pad. Not a lot to be damaged down there though. Just going to tip over slightly now. That'll do. Just there. No, just there. We need to get a bit higher out in the atmosphere. If we get the opportunity, let's see whether we can grab another one of these. Logging out the temperature. We'll tip it over a bit more now. Going to run out of fuel very, very soon. This was a bit sooner than I expected. We needed a bit more fuel than this. Oh, now, if you look at the map, we are more than going to go high enough. So we'll tip right over to there. Still going up. Let's find another one of these that we've not done yet. There's 8 from that one. That's good. Right. Let's see whether we can make ourselves orbit now. Stretching out that apoapsis. Let's. Is it going to stretch out enough? Don't think I've done a very good job of this. 6 or 8 times, get a little bit near our apoapsis. Don't think I was doing a very efficient burn. Let's try and stretch it out a bit more now. That's moving a bit quicker. Well, we've certainly made a very, very high altitude. Way too high. I think this ship would have made it, but I think I didn't do a very good job of it. Racking up some records. Got hardly any fuel left, so it's not going to work. Just as we hit the apoapsis, we will burn a bit harder. Use up all the fuel. And there we go, no more fuel left. So we'll actually keep all this on, we won't discard it to try and save it. Let's grab a crew report from all the way up here. See, nope, nothing to gain from that, that's a shame. Can't do an EVA, I've got one more temperature to take, and we'll take that from the water where we land or wherever we land. We'll just turn ourselves around to our prograde, or retrograde position. And we'll see we are now losing height. Says we're going to plonk it right in the water there, but once we start getting, we might make landfall there. We'll just have to see what happens. We'll speed up time a little bit now. Certainly going to be the longest flight we've ever done. Let's have a look. Contracts, speed record, distance record, distance record, distance record. Just line back up with our retrograde as we are just over that landmass now. That's coming in, as you can see, but we're still going to go down to water, I think. Try and hold that position so the engine takes the brunt of the heat. So we'll see whether that is going to cause us any problems or not. Whoa. Luckily, that didn't cause us problems. That was pretty close, so gonna throw out the parachute now. It'll help control us a bit more. Just have interest to see how much electricity we've got. Plenty of electricity. So we're gonna splash down in the water again. Let the other ones out. Actually, I didn't put a decoupler on, did I? So we were bringing this down all the time anyway. So good plan. Just speed up things a little bit until we get a bit nearer. Okay, so it turned into another suborbital. Got some good distance records and some speed records. Didn't achieve all we wanted to. Ah, I forgot about the goo. Should have done the goo. Expect you were screaming at me. 3.2 science there. Let's see if there's any science to be had from there. Barely enough. Any science from there. Probably not by the time they looked at the previous one. Could have done one of those in space. We'll try and find out where we need to do them. And we'll recover that vessel and just see what we have gained from it. So 21.7 science, that's not too bad. Mystery goo a little bit. Mystery goo, I did get, a bit from both of those. Temperature scan from the launch pad. Temperature scan while in space near Kerbin. Temperature scan from Kerbin's water. Temperature scan while flying over Kerbin's shores, and recovery of a vessel after a suborbital flight. Parts, we got all this stuff back. That's quite a cheap engine, really. 301, 77%. Got the service bay back, parachutes, everything, and the crew. So we got our 6,500 back from those parts. No XP gain for the crew. So 6,500 back. That cost us 14,000 to do it. So not too bad. Not too bad a cost. Shame we didn't make the grade. I'm going to put that up to the top. And our next time we do a flight, let's see whether we can make it or not. Any tips that you might want to give me that might help to achieve orbit better, that would be gratefully received. But in the meantime, thanks very much for watching. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, then please consider giving me a like. If you haven't already, please subscribe to hear about when I do some more videos. In the meantime, if you want to click on one of the other videos that I've done on a different game, then these are my latest ones. Please go ahead. Or if you click on the next video in this series, that'll take you directly to the next video in this series if I've done it and uploaded it. Thanks for watching.